So very, very good morning to everyone. Namaste. Is this a new fashion? Yeah, now everybody's screens are open. I'm really not used to seeing you guys with your screens shut. And like when you are there, then I know whom I'm talking to, whom I'm connecting to, what are we talking about. So we did the gynecology week, and majority men were missing in the gynecology week because everybody thought it's not my issue. Right, Manoj? Was that not your issue? Don't you have a mother? Don't you have a sister? Don't we have a wife and a daughter? And I fail to understand how is not your issue. Because if you don't understand what a woman is going through, what are the emotional changes which happens to them during the different phases of women's journey and women's life, how does a man support a woman? Because for them, probably pregnancy or the post delivery, the menopause period, or whether we talk about their menstrual cycle, there are a lot of hormones changing, and the women does go through a lot of emotional turbulence. And only when a man does take the time to understand what they are going through, probably they are at a better position to be with them, not realizing and not understanding that the half of the fights, conflicts between a couple or in a family happens because people do not understand each other and they don't come from the same space. So I really request all the men in the group to please do not ignore such things. On the contrary, you really require to dive deep into it to understand what is happening. As much as the women on the group requires to understand what a man goes through, because majority men just say, you don't understand my business tensions, you do not understand what tensions we have to take at work front. But similarly, like I'm not just talking about the homemakers, but I'm talking about even people who are professionally working and for others. Please do consider to put yourself in other person's shoe and understand physiologically, emotionally, mentally, what are these phases, what happens, how did it begin. The knowledge is a must. If you do not have knowledge, you will not be able to be in pace with them. Abroad, these are the classes being taken during the time they are still in the college, the first year, second year. They discuss the entire pregnancy, the labor, the delivery, and like even if there are 60 to 70% boys in the class. And they'll actually say that, this is more for the boys than the girls because women is going through it. So she, no matter what, would want to have more knowledge about it and cope up with it. But the man still, since he is not going through it, probably does not understand that. So it is very important that before they get into a serious relationship, they understand it. I was pretty disappointed by all the men missing. And I was like, is this a topic, is we're planning a program for the gynecology, and the yoga therapist did tell me that, when you will say that, half the people will say, oh, we don't want to do that. I said, why is that so? She says, the main thing, I mean, this is not even a problem. Like, yeah, so what? This is regular. Why do you require to do? And the women also takes it for granted. Anyway, coming to, I think, enough of firing to the group. So coming back to our regular routine and all, as I explained even last week, little bit about it, that this is not about the journey of a woman, this is the journey of the mankind. If we didn't have the power to conceive, give life, probably the life would have ended thousands of years back. Imagine if, as a human, if God would not have given that power to the women to be able to nourish a life in her womb and give birth to a life, the life would have ended much before. And not just for the women, for every mammal. So the cycle of life, cycle of death, the cycle continues only and only because that power is given to us. Majority of our problems, the root cause of it, the programming, comes from our womb memories. A child is born with 15,000 word vocabulary. And these children, they are much more knowledgeable than putting any one of us together. At that point of time, their entire different lifetimes memories are very much open. It is like their personal library to them. They can open any book, identify. So imagine somebody has lived 100 lifetimes. Some life as a doctor, some life as a saint, some life something. All that knowledge that we have acquired is accessible in that file, and they can open any file, access that, and they know it. Because the brain is still not completely developed. The brain is still developing. As for the physiology, we all know that every month there is like one organ which is like getting more developed. But at that time, whatever is happening around the surrounding of the child picks it up and understands it exactly as the same manner we adults take it. They do feel emotionally bad. They do feel sad. They do feel angry. They do feel happy. And what are our emotions dependent on? Our emotions are dependent on how we perceive a reality. The incident itself is not the root cause of your pain or pleasure. Your pain and pleasure is connected with how you perceived it. How you perceived it, again, definitely differs from person to person because that library is very different. Every soul has gone through multiple lifetimes, and that library, what it is containing, before you are born, during the time of conception, what was the state of the mind of the husband and wife? That from that time, everything is stored. And everything has a huge impact in the child's mind. What mother is going through, what does mother feel? The mother doesn't need to even speak about it, what she feels internally. If the mother feels burdened by the pregnancy, if the mother feels, how will I take care of it? If the mother feels, I have to have a boy. If the mother feels that I want to abort the child, all these feelings goes to the child. The child has chosen the set of parents to fulfill certain karmic obligation and to go through their purpose of life. It is never the parents who have chosen the soul of the child. It is always and always the child who has chosen, probably one of them, a mother and the father comes by default, or the father and the mother comes by default. Any one of them. And imagine the person that you chose for any reason to be the part of that journey, and that person thinks of aborting. This child, no matter what, how much of a love you give, feels burdened. If the mother is worried how she will take care, probably the financial condition is not well. The mother's health doesn't permit. The mother, it is her second, third, fourth pregnancy, the household environment is not so conducive. The child takes burden. A lot of these clients, when we took back, they were, a lot of them felt burdened by, and there was sort of a compulsion in them from the time they were in the womb to serve their parents and to keep quiet and to be there for them. A lot of them felt when the mother prioritized something else than her own self at that time, felt so much unloved, unwanted, they ended up inviting a major sickness in their body. So, this womb memory reprogramming is very, very important. In Theta healing, we call it baby in the womb exercise. It is important and needed for every single individual. Nobody can claim and say, oh, my womb memories were fantastic, I don't require it. You are made out of your emotions, and it is not possible that not even once there was an imbalance in the emotions. We are not claiming any emotion to be good or bad. We are not saying that you were angry and that is bad, and you were sad that it is bad, but you were happy and that is good. Anything which was an imbalance is creating problem in your present reality. We have done the baby in the womb in the past. Today, I would again like to, before I do any downloads, I would like to guide you all through the baby in the womb exercise. Please sit in one place and do that. Not while working, not while doing that. You deserve that 15 minutes of your life for yourself. And trust me, whether it is autism, whether it is the slow learning, there are like number of issues which medically many times we say it is irreversible. Just the baby in the womb exercise helps them a lot. It sounds simple, it looks simple, but it is not, because it starts reprogramming you. And many of you can ask your children, your parents to do that. This is only one exercise in Theta Healing where we allow to do it for our parents. I normally do it for the 7 generations up and 7 generations down for my clients, because that is the programming your genetic structure in your DNA, that is what you are holding on to. So is everybody ready for the baby in the womb exercise? Just 1 week break. People have forgotten to give thumbs up to me. 1 week break of Diwali, and I'm like, everybody has forgotten 6 months what we did. We have completed 6 months together on 5th. We started on April 5th, our journey together, and like without a break, we have been consistently being together for last 6 months. So I want each one to close their eyes. Take 3 deep breaths in. Breathing in all the positivity. Breathing out all the negative energy. Breathing in the beautiful, iridescent, pearly white light, as if it is entering through your crown chakra, through your head, into your entire body. Visualize every cell, every fiber, every tissue, every molecule, every body part, every organ vibrating with this light now. And as if it is going down through your feet and spreading roots in the Mother Earth. All your 7 chakras in the alignment and balance. And as you are in this balance, Allow yourself to go back in the time that you were in your mother's womb. Imagine yourself from the time the conception occurred. From that moment, going through every stage from the time of conception to the first month, second, go all the way till all the 40 weeks of yours. Gather and sense, how did things make you feel in the womb? Did you feel safe? Did you feel protected? Did you feel loved? Did you feel wanted and special? What was your connection with your mother, father? In the absence of my voice now for next 2 minutes, I want each one to gather the points what they feel are required to be changed. Or if everything was positive, what you would require to enhance. In the absence of my voice, I want each one to go through the memory lane when you were in your mother's womb now. Now, as a command, creator of all that is, it is commanded to clear and cleanse any negativity, any toxicity, any feeling of being unloved by, unwanted, the feeling of being burdened by, any feeling of I am a burden to my parents, any sadness, any grief, any sorrow, any rejection, any anger, any hatred, feeling weak, feeling vulnerable, feeling worried about the future, any contractual obligation that might be there between the child and the parent of having to be there for each other, be released to the light of the creator of all that is now, be cleared and cleansed, to be transformed into the energy of pure love, bonding, security, feeling secured, feeling safe, being surrounded by the energy of pure love, feeling light, feeling joyous, feeling free. The feeling of being special, unique, wanted, without any contractual obligation, promises, allowing the own journey of the soul to unfold in the most beautiful way in connection with the higher self, connecting the soul and the spirit to the seven higher selves of yours. Any trauma that may have happened during the time of the pregnancy be released, be sent to the light of the creator of all that is to be transformed. That reality of the trauma is over, completed. Any thought of the abortion that the mother may have, forgiving the mother and forgiving the self, and stop holding yourself responsible. That reality is over and completed, and moving beyond that. It is safe, it is okay to love mother. It is okay for you to feel and allow people to accept you for who you are, what you are, and how you are. Feeling accepted, moving beyond the conflict between the mother and the father, clearing and cleansing the memory from the sperm and the egg that it might be carrying, and letting that vibrate with the pure love, the divine intelligence, and the divine wisdom. Allowing to experience a blissful state in the mother's womb, so much in flow, and a beautiful connection. Creator of all that is, it is commanded that each one who says yes, their energy in their mother's womb be enveloped with lots of love, light, and healing. And the process unfolds in the most beautiful way for each one now, in the highest and best possible way for each one's highest and best. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Creator, show me. Whoever wants to receive this will say yes into their mind now or later while watching the video. I want each one to imagine that toxicity going and whatever negative incident that you may have witnessed being converted into the positive one, the one which you really wanted it to be. You can do the process right now for yourself, and later, while watching the video, you can do it for your children, and you can do it for your parents as well, imagining them in their mother's womb. But right now, focus on yourself and do it in the absence of my voice for next 2 minutes, as I will progress to do that for each one. And you will witness your energies shifting. Thank you. And now that you have reprogrammed yourself with the energy of pure love, light, healing, feeling much lighter, feeling really good as you are beginning a very beautiful new way of living with the strong foundation that you have established. Feel that strength, feel that energy of love. And as you feel that, would you like to know what it feels like to take charge of your life and to accept the different phases of life, the different phases of growth, having the balance in your hormones and the chemicals being in balance, accepting your gender in totality, and accepting yourself for who you are, what you are, and how you are. Would you like to know that you are lovable and you are being loved by through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is, without any past incident making you feel as a reject and that phase is over and completed? Would you like to know what it feels like to accept yourself and to know that I am beautiful? That to understand being beautiful through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is. Would you like to know that you are deserving of having a very beautiful connection with your own self, with the divine, with your parents, and you move beyond the expectations of your parents? Would you like to know what it feels like to allow yourself to connect to the power within you and to move beyond the resentment, regrets, and rejections? That it is safe for you to release the grudges, prejudices, resentment, regrets, and rejection from your body, your mind, and all the seven koshas that are there. Would you like to know what it feels like to surrender your problems to the Creator of all that is, and yet being in charge of your life, and that it is possible for you to seek guidance from the Creator, your higher self, and execute the divine wisdom and the divine intelligence into every step of your life, and you know how to, when to, it is safe, it is possible. You are deserving to live and create a beautiful life for yourself. Would you like to know what it feels like to invite and attract genuine people vibrating with complete integrity into your life, and that it is completely possible? Would you like to understand the circle of life and the journey of evolution through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is, and you know how to unfold it and live that in a very blissful state? When to take a step for your own growth and for ascension. It is safe for you to grow, it is possible. You are deserving to live joyously and happily, and that you choose to live your daily life vibrating with health, and that I am healthy, I am joy, I am balance into you, into every cell of your body, every area of your life, at all the four level of your beliefs, for each one's highest and best, for the highest and best possible way for each one now. Thank you, to stand, it is done, it is done. Creator, show me. Creator of all that is, it is commanded to instill these feelings into each one who says yes right now, at the level of their capability to be able to receive that in the language that they understand the best. now and later while watching or hearing this video. Thank you. Passing unconditional love, light, and healing to everybody present here right now on the platform. Thank you. Just take 3 deep breaths in as you feel really light. You feel really good as you have deburdened yourself. Feeling really, really good about yourself. As in, when you feel fine, you can come back to the room and open your eyes. Thank you, Vinaya. Lots of gratitude to each one. Our journey continues the same way, what journey we had for last 6 months. Any particular topic that anyone would like us to speak about and bring it on the platform, please send a message to us. You all are part of our WhatsApp group. You all know our YouTube channel, Facebook group. Please write it so we can address that particular topic for each one and dive deeper into it. The baby in the womb exercise is very powerful. I request each one of you to do it many times. And today's you have done it for yourself. Do it again, imagining your mother, then do it again for your father. Do it again for your children. And just when you do it for others, imagine them. For example, when a mother is doing, she will imagine her child in her womb. Okay. Arthritis, you want us to take extensively? Sure. And when you are doing it for your parents, imagine your parent in their mother's womb. So do it like the more generations can you go, it's your DNA, it is in your structure, it will help you a lot. So I really would request each one to do the baby in the womb exercise extensively. And it doesn't matter, even if when you do it again and again for yourself. So that point of time, probably a new memory may surface up, and imagine when you clear it, exactly the opposite in the womb that you are experiencing. For example, you feel being burdened by, you just see your parents very happy with you, and you feel very liberated, feel very light. If you felt they had a thought of abortion, you just feel like they're welcoming you. They're so excited with the news of the pregnancy. The parallel universe, like realities are always unfolding. So when you think, you actually create a new reality. So do not stop yourself from thinking that, oh, but this is how I know it happened. What you think I happened and what I am here is an illusion. What's happening in your imagination with the creator is the reality. So do that, it will start bringing a lot of change in your present. So thank you everyone for joining. See you all. A lot of you uterine fibroids, guys, please put it on the either the YouTube or put it on the WhatsApp group. You can even send it to Mahek like on the Cesta mobile, because I'll not be, the minute we will close this, all your messages will disappear. And as much as I understand, like people have asked for the physical problem, So we will definitely have a week with the doctor who really can explain you the part about it. And next year, probably like from the March onwards, we will be announcing for these problems. We will bring the right people on the panel. And at a very reasonable price, we would announce the workshop where you can clear layer by layer. For example, somebody asked for diabetes. What diabetes is, it comes from the feeling of being defeated from genetics. So there are many layers metaphysically which we require to clear. There are many other aspects. So we will bring all of them on the platform and will announce the workshops. But please do let us know what would you like to hear, whether emotionally, whether any other spiritual aspect, the physical problem, please do let us know. Yeah, but put it on the group so it is easier for us to put it in our files. Thank you so much. So great to see you all again at our regular time with lots of gratitude from Team Cesta. See you all on Monday, 9 a.m. sharp. Thank you. See you all.